In that tutorial, you are going to discover how to create a Magic 8 Ball game on Android with Android Studio. The Magic 8 Ball is a toy used for fortune telling or seeking advice, developed in the 50s. It is often used in fiction, often for humor related to its giving accurate, inaccurate, or otherwise statistically improbable answers. This tutorial will teach you how to implement your own Magic 8 Ball application for Android. First, we need a Magic 8 Ball image, which is already placed in the drawable NodePI folder of our Android project. Note that the classical answers of the Magic 8 Ball have already been defined in strings resources. Now we are going to create a shake animation in XML to add a shake effect on our Magic 8 Ball. We create a shake.xml file in the anim folder under the resources folder. We add a set of effects, a rotate effect, and a translate effect with linear interpolator to make the effect smoother. Now we can create the user interface for our Magic 8 Ball game. We add a background color on the parent layout. We add an image view with the Magic 8 Ball image as source. We center it in the parent and we define the size in DPI. Then we add a text view to display the answers. We center it in the parent and we center the text inside the text view. We can preview the result in the design view. Okay, it looks good. And we set the text style for a bold effect and the text size. Okay. And finally, we defined the text color. We increase the size, the dimension of the Magic 8 Ball image. Now we can define the menu of our application with a check item inside to let the user click on the check item to check the Magic 8 Ball, to test our application in a device, in an emulator device. Okay. Now it's time to write the Java code of our main activity. Our main activity will implement the sensor event listener interface to detect check movements on the real device. We implement the method from the sensor event listener interface. We define some constants for effects like the fade duration on the text to display. The start offset. The vibrate time on the real device. The threshold for the check detection on a real device. And we define the number of checks we want before displaying a new answer. We set the constant to the number 2. We define a constant for the random object used to generate random answers. And we define a field for the vibrator object of the standard SDK. We make the same for the sensor manager instance, and for the accelerometer sensor we will use to detect check movement. We define three fields for the accelerometer values in three directions, x, y, and z. We define a check count field to count the number of checks before displaying a new answer. And now we define fields for the text view and the image view used to display the magic 8 ball to the screen. We define an animation type field to store the check animation of the magic 8 ball. And finally, we define an array list to store the classical answers used in the magic 8 ball game. In the onCreate method, we get the references for the views, for the ball and the message text view. We get instance for the vibrator object by calling the getSystemService method. Then we get the sensor manager instance by calling the getSystemService with the sensor service parameter on the method. And now we can get the default sensor for the accelerometer sensor by calling the getDefaultSensor method on the sensor manager instance and passing the type accelerometer constant in parameter. We load the check animation for the magic 8 ball. And finally, we load answers thanks to a load answer method, which we are going to create right now. So first, we load the menu by overriding the onCreate option menu to have a check item on the action bar to let the user to click on the check item to check the magic 8 ball and start the game. This check item will be very useful on the emulator to test our game. So in the on options item selected, we check for a click on the check item. If the user clicks on the check item in the menu, we are going to show a new answer. We get a new answer by calling the getAnswer method, which will be implemented later in this tutorial. In the onResume method, we register the accelerometer sensor on the sensor manager to monitor the changes in 3 directions. And then we display the default answer telling to the user to check the magic 8 ball. In the onPause method, we don't forget to unregister the listener. In the onSensor change method, we are going to be notified for the change of values of the accelerometer sensor. We check if the device has been NOS checked by calling the isCheckNOS method with the value in 3 directions in parameter. If yes, we get a new answer with the getAnswer method, and we show a new answer inside the magic 8 ball. Now it's time to implement the isCheckNOS method. In this method, we are going to check if the device is NOS checked before to display or no a new answer in the magic 8 ball. And we can calculate the force vector value. And we don't forget to store the last values for the x, y, and z directions. If the force vector value is superior to the threshold defined previously, we can animate the ball with a check animation and we increase the check count value. For that, we call the start animation method on the ball animation loaded previously. If the check count value is greater than the check count constant defined previously, we can return true, and the magic 8 ball must display a new answer. In all other cases, we return false. Now we can implement the showAnswer method. The showAnswer method is used to display a message inside the magic 8 ball with a boolean indicating if we need to animate the ball or no. The boolean is passed in parameter. So we animate the ball if needed. We hide the text view, we set the new answer, and we define an alpha animation for the text view. An alpha animation from 0 to 1. And we set the start offset defined previously in a constant. We show the text view, and we set the duration of the effect by calling the setDuration method on the animation and passing in parameters the fade duration constant defined previously. Finally, we start the animation on text view with a new answer to display. And obviously, we don't forget to call the vibrate method of the vibrator object with the vibrate time in parameter. The getAnswer method will return a random answer for the magic 8 ball and use the random object to generate a random index in the answers list. The loadAnswers method is used to load answers from the string resources. So, we need to get the array of answers from the resources by calling the getStringArray method of the getResources object, got from the getResources method. And we add each answers in the list. And finally, we return the list. So we can try our Magic 8 Ball game. We wait during the Gradle build. It can take some time. Okay, the APK is installing. There is a crash, so we need to open the Android monitor view to find where is the bug. We go on the emulator, so we can see the stack trace. We need to add the vibrate permission on the Android manifest. Okay, we can relaunch the application. Okay, activity is launched. The check me message is well displayed. We can click on the check button to discover a new answer given by our Magic 8 Ball. It works great, it's fun. Click on the check menu. Outlook not so good. And the Magic 8 Ball is well checked. That's all for the tutorial. To discover more tutorials on Android development, don't hesitate to subscribe to the SSOREL channel. If you want to contribute to the SSOREL channel, don't hesitate to send me your comments or an email.